So a few days back, Packers offensive coordinator Adam Stenavich, who has been the offensive coordinator since the start of the 2022 season, spoke with the Packers media and touched on some differences with the Packers in their offense coming in to this year, and touched on a few other things as well, which I will get into. And if you guys are new to this channel, I put out Packers content usually twice every single weekday. So if you're into that kind of thing, feel free to subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you never miss any Packers news. But let's start off here with this quote. When talking about the Packers offense, he says this: "Oh, it's night and day. Night and day because last year, you didn't really know what direction you could go yet because you didn't really know how much can you put on these guys' plates and allow them to go out and execute." Last year, the Packers, they had so many rookies, so many new players coming into this offense, first-year starter in Jordan Love. There was just a lot of uncertainty as to how this team would look on offense overall because we just hadn't seen it. So many new faces. The biggest, factor being Jordan Love, and can he play well? Is he going to be a solid quarterback? Are the Packers going to be able to hit on another quarterback, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love? And we obviously saw that all come to fruition and see this team get better and better as the season progressed. And so looking at where the Packers were last year to now, they no longer have to go through that learning process and learning period, at least for majority of this offense. There's not really many new receivers here. It's the same core. Jordan Love, lots of the same players on the offensive line, even though there were a few additions. But, the Packers tight end room also pretty much similar to last season. So they just have a lot more, of a strong foundation as opposed to last year. They had to start out trying to build that foundation, really see what they have in these guys. And now they honestly have a pretty good idea as to, what these guys can do, their strengths, their weaknesses, things like that. Then he continues here: "We can go out there right now and just run plays, and it's not like we're installing everything for the first time. We can start experimenting faster and taking the next steps with the offense. You're always looking to take the next step. You have to keep evolving, so it's just a matter of what's our best next step or next two things that we want to do, where you can see, all right, is this the direction we want to go?" And I was looking back at the Packers stats and the difference between the 2019 and 2020 season, where in 2019, Matt LaFleur came in as the head coach for the first year and, had to install his scheme with Aaron Rodgers. And you could just see a night and day difference from the first year with the Packers, with Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers' first year with LaFleur. In the 2020 season, you saw the Packers go from the 15th ranked scoring offense in 2019 to the number 1 ranked offense in 2020. And I think that just shows, when you get more comfortable with a scheme, the quarterback gets more comfortable with the scheme, the players understand it at a higher level, you can just come in the second season and, really thrive in a new way because you no longer have to, come in and, learn every single simple, facet of the offense. You have a more solid understanding to start the year. And I think that we could see something similar with the Packers this year. And we already saw to end last season, the final 8 games, how much improved this Packers offense was, how much improved Jordan Love was. And I think we could see a similar, change when you compare the entirety of the 2023 season to what can happen in 2024, because the Packers do have this, one whole year with Jordan Love and lots of these young players. And it's not that the scheme is, much different because Matt LaFleur has been here since 2019, but the players, operating the scheme, Jordan Love, some of these other guys, have more time to learn the system and learn how things operate. And of course, Jordan Love was here for 3 years before he had to come in and start. So it's not like it was his first year learning the scheme. Jordan Love knew it overall, but he hadn't played. So there's obviously a difference between learning something in practice and then going out and actually making it happen. And so it's going to be exciting to see what they can do in the second season here. Then here's a quote on Josh Jacobs from Adam Stenavich. He said this: "Josh is a phenomenal running back. He's been all-pro a couple of times. He's just one of those guys that's good in all situations. Good out of the backfield as a receiver, excellent runner. He's a good pass protector. So he's one of those guys that you can really have in the game all the time and not have to worry about anything with him. So that's nice." And then he said this on Packers' third-round pick running back Marshawn Lloyd: "I liked his speed. I liked his speed a lot. He had some good runs in OTAs where you saw his burst. He's got good vision, so I'm really excited about that out of the backfield." And here's another quote, and this was posted here at NFL.com. "I would like to get Lloyd out there as much as possible," Stenavich said. "He's got a skill set that's a little bit different than AJ's as far as his speed. He's not quite the bruiser that Dylan is, obviously, but he's got a different type of skill set. So it'll be nice to get him the ball in space and just see what he can do, because I think he's going to add a good explosive element to the offense as well. This Packers backfield is going to look much different than last year, with Aaron Jones going to the Minnesota Vikings, Josh Jacobs taking over, but then also not only the number 1 spot, I think because of where Marshawn Lloyd was drafted, round 3, because of his skill set, his abilities, he's going to have a good shot at becoming the Packers' number 2 back. And I think we'll still see A.J. Dillon at times, but I think that there's a good chance Marshawn Lloyd wins the number 2 job behind Josh Jacobs. And Stenavich bringing up that, he has a different kind of skill set than A.J. Dillon, not quite as much a bruiser, but he's a more explosive, quick type back, who he is pretty physical as well. If you look at him, he's like 5'9", 200 or 210 pounds. So it's not like he's not a physical type running back, but he has more explosiveness and speed than an A.J. Dillon. And then here we have a quote from Stenavich on new offensive lineman first rounder Jordan Morgan. And this was posted at NBC Sports. Stenavich says, "He's a natural on the edge," Stenavich said via the team's website. "He looks comfortable out there. There's obviously some technique stuff we've got to clean up, just like anybody. But yeah, I'm excited to work with him and just watch him and see. I wouldn't say he's a tackle. I wouldn't say he's a guard. I just want to see where he fits best for us and with our best 5 out there. So that may be a tackle. It might not be, but I'm excited to work with him. And you can see his athleticism when he's out there. He's a pretty talented guy." So Stenavich not really committing to where Jordan Morgan is going to play, because the Packers are going to give all these offensive linemen an opportunity to see, how the pieces fit best along the offensive line. They're all so versatile that lots of different things could happen. But at least right now, just my opinion, I'm sort of leaning toward Jordan Morgan winning that left tackle job just because he was a first-round pick. And so I have a feeling that'll happen, but we'll have to watch and see how things go at practice, OTAs, training camp, all that kind of stuff. But that is all I have for this video. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.